The most important ingredient we put into any relationship is not what we say or what we do, but what we are. Hello there. This is part 3 of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People series, and today we are going to focus on habit 4, 5, and 6. But before we get into these habits, let's look at a crucial part here known as the emotional bank account. Basically, an emotional bank account is an amount of trust that has been built up in a relationship. So if I make deposits into an emotional bank account with you by being respectful, honest, courtesy, always keeping to my commitment, it means that your trust towards me is high. So even if I make a mistake, the relationship is not over. But if I do the opposite of that, always being disrespectful, dishonest, all of those things, it means that my emotional bank account is withdrawn or overdrawn. So here he shows us 6 ways in which we can make good emotional deposit. Like, we can deposit into our account to be able to live in a good relationship with people, friends, family, whatever it is. So let's run through them as quickly as possible. The first is understanding the individual. Really seeking to understand an individual is probably one of the most important deposits you can make. What constitutes this person? For others, a deposit can be taking a walk to talk over things. Another person is just eating ice cream together. Another person is working on a project together. And the golden rule here is that do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And here he says that try to understand somebody as an individual in a way you would have wanted somebody to understand you, and then start treating them with that kind of understanding. The second is attending to the little things, the little kindness, the little courtesies. He says that in relationship, little things are the big things, and that people are very sensitive, people are very sensitive inside. So attend to the little things, the little courtesies, and you are making big emotional deposits into your person. The third is keeping commitments. Keeping commitments or promises is a major deposit, and so if you promise somebody that you do this and do that for them, they believe you and their hopes are high, so actually show up and do it for them. If not, next time a promise is made, they won't believe you will show up. After all, most of the time when you promise, you fail, and so people build their hopes around promises. So try to be a person who keeps to their promise and keep their commitments. Number 4, clarifying expectations. Unclear expectations usually is a root of so many conflicts in friendships and relationships. Who is supposed to do what? How do you even communicate it? It's such an important thing that you don't expect that somebody will know that this is the right thing to do or this is even the right way to treat you. It's better you communicate clearly and tell them that this is it. Number 5, showing personal integrity. Personal integrity generates trust. Somebody who keeps to their promises, fulfill their expectations, and then even being loyal to people who are not around. We are in a conversation and everyone is just saying something bad about somebody, and you stand firm and be loyal to those people. It means you are showing the people present that you are somebody who shows integrity. Integrity can also mean avoiding communication that is deceptive. Number 6, apologizing sincerely when you make a withdrawal. This can also mean you are friends with somebody and you disrespect them or something. All you can say is, I was wrong, I showed you disrespect, I shouldn't have reacted that way, I shouldn't have done that way. And so basically, these 6 deposits will help us understand relationships. And now let's focus on the 3 habits we are going to be discussing today. Habit 4, think win-win. The principle of interpersonal leadership. Win-win is a frame of mind that constantly seeks a mutual understanding or mutual benefit between human interactions. So you leave the conversation or the interaction knowing that I benefited from this and the other person equally benefited the same from that conversation. There are people with a win-lose mentality or frame of mind that no matter what happens, a conversation, a business, whatever it is, they must always win and you must lose. There are also others with a lose-win mentality that, step on me again, go ahead of me. There are people with no demands, no expectation. They are agreeable. They always want peace to win, so they would rather lose and you win, and so many other things. Think win-win is a habit of interpersonal leadership, in the fact that some of these people have so many traits, and one of the traits is an abundance mentality. They have the mentality that there's plenty for everybody to win, there's plenty space, the sky is big enough for all of us to fly there without colliding against each other. So why sabotage each other? Why stand in the way of somebody's happiness or somebody's success or somebody's joy. So everybody should win. Everybody should come out of whether a meeting, a business deal, feeling happy and beneficial and all of that. And so he classifies this habit under the public victory habit, where you don't have to win over other people or have victory over other people, but you're having victory with other people. You are communicating together, you are working together. You are doing things together that everybody succeeds at the end of the day. Habit 5, seek first to understand and then to be understood. This is a principle of empathetic communication. Communication is the most important skill in life. We spend most of our waking days communicating. We learn how to read and write, we learn how to speak. But he says to ask yourself, what about listening? What training or education have you had that enables you to listen so that you really deeply understand another human being from that individual's own frame of reference or perspective? And so here he's promoting empathetic listening, from empathy, listening to understand. Most of us listen to respond. The person says something, you are just eager for the person to finish, or sometimes you even just cut in and respond. But have you tried to listen to understand somebody? Have you tried to look at it from their point of view? What they are saying? And so understanding perspective or perception, or where the person is coming from. In part 1 of this series, I shared a story of a picture being shown and other people see an old woman, others see a young lady, and there was a whole lot of argument. But sometimes everybody can be right? So unless you look at it from that person's perspective, you won't understand why they are saying that. So if we are always eager to respond without understanding or seeking to understand and being empathetic about it, then we might just end up making so many mistakes. But if we calm down to see it from their points of view, then we'll be open to new knowledge and new forms of other things. Habit 6, principles of creative cooperation. So with this habit, we are looking at valuing the differences, our differences. As I said earlier, you see an old woman, I see a young girl. Is it logical that the two of us can be right? In reality, the two of us are right. We are looking at the same picture, but we are seeing different things. So this habit seeks for us to be able to know that we are people, and we are different. Your point of view might even be limiting you, so you should be humble enough to look at other people's point of view. Uniformity is not unity. Sameness is not oneness. And so you cannot expect everybody to be the same. And he even says the sameness is uncreative. Sometimes you have to take the leap. You want to start something, you are doubting, you have to get out of the comfort zone. But that is how creativity is. Most of us don't even know how the end will be, but we take that leap of faith. And so we should be able to value differences in our relationships and with people. We are not all the same, and we cannot all be the same. That means we will not be creative. If we are all the same, that means we are moving towards one way. How will someone's different perspective bring about change and innovation? Do catch up with the part 1 and 2 if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, share it with somebody. And next week, I'll be bringing you the last part of this incredible book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Do have a fruitful week. Bye.